So we just got off the cruise boat, Icon of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. It was a 7-day cruise to celebrate my birthday, July 25th. On July 24th of the boat, it was a formal night. We were all dressed up and we were sitting there having dinner. And it was a great night with lobster food. We had lobster dinners and stuff. And then we heard some panic and people, crew members yelling, "Oscar, Oscar," on the PA system. So then we looked at, crew members started going and looking out the windows. So we look out the windows, I noticed that they were throwing life preservers out there, and then the lifeboat came out. So, I talked to some crew members, and Oscar means man overboard. At this time, no one knew who the man overboard was. So I left my fiance and my daughter at the table, and I took off, and I wanted to go on top of the boat so I could get a better view. When I went up there, people were all gathered around, panicking and running around the boat and trying to see what's going on. So I ran into a group of teenagers and they airdropped me some videos. It's on my Facebook. My name's Dave Shea. So on my Facebook, if you look up Dave Shea, I posted in public. But it shows on the deck 5, there's a track you can run on. It's by the gym. He went over the rail, and then there's the lifeboats that sit 450 people in case the boat was sinking. And behind that, there's like another railing. But there's no safety rail there. He's just kind of standing there. In the video, you see him peeping out the side. You can tell by the color of his shirt, he was a bartender on the ship. All the bartenders wear the same shirts. Different people on the ships wear different uniforms. That was his uniform. So I showed, I showed my waitress later, but in the meantime, another guy, they showed me the rescue boats going out, which I saw when I was sitting down. Then I ran into a group of older guys around my age. They said they actually just left the gym at the time, and they saw this guy standing on a rail, and then they saw the crew members telling them, "Please don't do this, please come back on the boat." In the meantime, no one knew that this guy who's about to kill himself actually stabbed his girlfriend multiple times in the upper body before he tried to commit suicide. I found this out the next day, actually. So the older guy that I talked to, like my age, watched him jump off the boat. So there's another video on my Facebook that was airdropped to me. You can see the guy's head floating in the water. I mean, we're out in the middle of the ocean. We just left St. Thomas. We were on our way to Coco Cay. So we're somewhere in the Bahama area. It's 7:30 at night, still light outside. So I was on top of the boat looking. I was thinking there's no way they're gonna find this guy because, this is a big ocean and there's a little head popping up somewhere. So I didn't think they'd find him. So I stay out there for like 10 minutes. In the meantime, my 9-year-old daughter, they're texting me and wanting me to come back. She's scared that I'm gonna come off the boat. I'm like telling her, I'm gonna be fine. You really can't fall off the boat unless you want to, or someone throws you off or you jump in. I mean, the railings are high enough. So since my daughter was panicking, I decided to come back. When I came back, a few minutes later, everybody's clapping because they captured the guy out of the water, they rescued him, and they're giving him CPR. The guy came back to life for a few minutes, but he ended up dying because he swallowed too much water. So the next day, I found out the story of why. A crew member told me that he's a 34-year-old South American bartender. He was in a relationship with a 28-year-old South American female. Both these people are on the boat for like 8 months together. So they've been on the boat for months, and she's pretending she loves him. So that day, July 24th, the guy found out she's been lying to him. In the meantime, he's been giving her money, and she's supposed to be putting it towards a home for them when they get back from South America. They're gonna have a home. Finds out the woman was married, so he lost it, and that's when he stabbed her multiple times, and that's when he decided to jump off the boat. So interesting enough, the Royal Caribbean cruise kind of kept it a secret. Oscar's a code word for who jumped off. People don't really know what that means unless you ask somebody, and nobody really knew on the boat unless you knew what was going on. I talked to some people that didn't even know, so they never let us know what happened or whatever. But the girl ended up being airlifted off the boat to Miami Hospital, and as far as I know, she's in stable condition and is going to survive. But like I said, the guy did die. Crazy experience. For those who see videos on YouTube about, I saw one short of a guy smacking his butt and falling over the boat. This one did not happen. Nothing like this happened. I mean, the guy was on deck 5, kind of hiding out behind the boats before he jumped off. So some of these videos is going around as fake. This is what really happened. For those of you who are curious and want to know, it's already on lots of news, but I can see the news doesn't know all the details exactly what happened. So for those who want to know, there you go. Have a good day.